The way I like to go about measuring website conversion rate, as you all know from previous episodes, is to really focus on that visitor to high intent lead conversion, because those are the ones that ultimately generate pipeline and revenue from your website's user experience, content, design, and so on. And the way that we go about creating measurement around that conversion rate is pretty straightforward. We basically take all of the conversion points, typically forms, occasionally meeting, links and diary UIs and things like that, but take all of the conversion points that reflect that high intent, and aggregate the numbers from those conversion points into one single metric that we can report on. So in our case, we're quite lucky that we don't have lots of other data cluttering up our view of this. So we're able to use MQL. We're able to say if a visitor comes to our website and fills in a consultation type request form, a contact us form, or under certain circumstances completes a meeting booking, journey, then we will call that a high intent conversion, and we will call that an MQL. We will move that contact and their company to that lifecycle stage, which is pretty common in marketing automation platforms these days. So they become an MQL in our system, and then we can report on that metric very, very easily. We can display a report on our dashboards that shows us by month how many MQLs did we generate and from which software attributed sources, for example. We can also look at how many MQLs we generated by their self-reported attribution, which is a really interesting data point too. And we can look at it by contact or by account as well, which can give you a slightly different picture depending on how you go to market and how you're interested in seeing the performance of your website. It's also really easy, once you've got that single data point, to look at the conversion rate then from visitor to your website into that high intent lead or high intent MQL. So you've now got a conversion rate that's much more informative, telling, and important than visitor to lead, and you've got the ability to chart and report on high intent conversions month by month, week by week, day by day, if you so wish. If you then want to increase the amount of those high intent conversions that you're getting through your website, well, you're basically going to be looking at what is the buyer-centric approach to optimizing your website to generating them. And it's going to be about having an effective user experience, customer journey that takes people from first arrival on your website through its contents, making sure they can discover what they want to discover, what they consider critical to purchase, and then that they're able to convert and are encouraged to convert in mutually beneficial ways, and to as much as possible removing the friction from that process while still giving them what they expect from the experience. So, we know that buyers are pretty off-put by massive mega menus that they pop open and then they're suddenly overwhelmed by all the options. So it's much better to make sometimes hard but constructive choices on their behalf about what content you want to present in your navigation, for example. Clear, concise copy that's easy to scan, easy to read on your website, another key point. Clear supporting imagery that demonstrates, that you have the features that you say you have, or you have the experience or credibility that you say you have. And then conversion offers that meet the buyer's requirements and wishes for the experience. So we've seen that buyers are very receptive to conversion offers, unsurprisingly, like demo request, book a trial. Actually, they're pretty open to clicking on things and converting on things like talk to sales or talk to an expert. Open-ended conversion offers like, get started, let's go, talk to us, less effective because there's less clarity around what they're going to get in return for completing that action, and buyers like certainty from their behavior on your website. So it's typically better to communicate more clearly what you're going to give in return than to use friendly, attractive, open-ended language in that way. You can also, we've seen, go too far in terms of removing friction, it would appear. And so, Buyers are interesting creatures of habit to some degree. And although it may feel like if we were to put a diary booking UI on our contact page, or even a chatbot on every page of our website, it should dramatically increase the number and quality of conversions and inquiries we get, often doesn't have that effect. Frequently, we see traditional forms and calls to action that lead buyers to them outperforming those other more frictionless methods of conversion when it comes to getting quality inquiries, and that volume through your website. But if you remove the friction up to that point, if you create an effective customer journey that is conducive to buyers getting to that point, and you present information on your website that's easy for them to digest and align to their requirements, then you'll be able to increase the number of high intent inquiries you receive, which you're then able to measure and report on and show your success. I touched on this in episode 22, but that page, that bottom of the funnel conversion page or pages where you're going to be leading buyers to complete their task of getting in contact with a potential provider of a solution to their problem, is a key page, and the design of it can have an impact on your success, your conversion rate. Key things to look out for are consistency of the message and the language. Buyers distinctly dislike feeling they've been bait and switched when it comes to a call to action that says book a demo or take a trial, and a landing page effectively, or a page that says have a consultation with an expert about your business and requirements, where you clearly say, we're not going to give you the demo until we've first asked you, what your business problems are, and so on and so forth. You need to follow through with a consistent message if you want to optimize conversion rate through that page. It's also a good idea to, as we've discussed, have a form, rather than a diary meeting link. By all means, test it, but we've seen that perform best. Following up with the diary can be a good way to accelerate their entry into the sales process, but it doesn't typically work as well as a form as the first conversion point. Good idea to also support that particular page with some relevant evidence. People have found that putting testimonials or other proof points on the bottom of the funnel conversion page can elevate the conversion rate quite significantly too, so that's worth testing. Good idea to keep as much of this above the fold as possible, because you're not really looking to get people to scroll a long way to see all of this stuff. You can by all means have supporting content and information below, but I don't think buyers are going to be particularly inclined to consume a lot of content before taking the action that they've come there to do. And it would be a mistake to sort of either hope that they will or make it necessary in order to complete the action, because by the time you've got them to that page, they are probably ready to talk to someone, and they are probably ready to take that conversion offer. So let them, make it easy. Do those things, and you probably put yourself in a good position to increase your conversion rate on those pages.